I just thought I would talk a little bit about water retention. Um, Sometimes it gets mistaken for weight gain as well. Uh, I believe it is probably the biggest reason for weight gain in people. It's not really what we eat or how much we eat, but it's how much fluid the body keeps, or to be exact, how much fluid the body chooses not to get rid of. So water retention affects the kidneys, and within the kidneys it affects specifically the collecting tubules of the kidneys. This is a small part of the kidney, and its job is part of the filtration process. And when they close, when the psyche chooses to close these off, the fluid which the kidneys would normally put into the bladder goes straight back into the blood. So why does the kidney do that, you might ask? Well, the kidney does that when we experience an emotional conflict. There's a few different conflicts which cause the kidneys to close up and for water to be retained. Abandonment. So if we feel abandoned, that's one conflict that does it. In fact, abandonment back prehistorically would have meant that we would have needed to have retained the water for our survival. So that's why the kidneys do it. But today, socially, we can feel abandoned in a relationship, at work, in social environments, and wherever. Okay, so it's an abandonment conflict. Another conflict which causes the kidneys to close up is an existence conflict, where you feel your existence, your life, if you like, or even the existence of your family or the existence of somebody close to you, that you're worried about their health. That can even affect you as the person worrying about that other person. And a refugee conflict is another type of conflict which closes the kidneys and causes water retention. So a refugee is where you don't know where you belong. You don't feel that you've found your place and that you've settled in that place. Now that can be where you live, or it can be even at work. If you feel ostracized at work, for example, all right, or within your family, that's another way that could happen. Any of these causes the psyche to adapt to the kidneys. It closes the kidney collecting tubes, and the water, the fluid which would be taken out of the blood and put into urine, gets recirculated in the blood. So one of the symptoms of that is you put on weight. You're not eating any more than you used to, you're not exercising any less than you used to, and yet you're putting on weight. Sometimes the weight can, the fluid by gravity almost, it goes down to your feet, and you get like big puffy ankles. That would be another sign of it. So when you press if you press your finger, your thumb into the swollen tissue and you take it out again, you leave an indent there for some time. So that's a sign that your body is filling up with fluid. Don't become alarmed about it. It's unless it gets extreme, it's not dangerous. But we don't want that, do we? Yeah. So how to overcome that? Well, you need to understand the biology and how it's controlled by the psyche. You need to figure out or find the conflict in life which has caused it, and you need to resolve that conflict. And if you cannot resolve that conflict, you need help to change your perspective on the conflict, which it doesn't resolve it, but it can make it not appropriate anymore. You know, the conflict doesn't mean anything to you biologically anymore. So that's another way you can overcome water retention. Yeah, so get in touch if you're interested in that water retention. Oftentimes it goes around the tummy, and you can do all the exercises you like, and you can have the most strictest diet as you like, and you've still got the big fat pot belly, for example, or it can just be generally all over the body as well. The water can disperse itself. It actually does migrate to and fill up in fat cells. So what can appear to be like your fat cells are increasing is actually fat cells that are full of fluid. When the conflict is resolved, at times it can be quite dramatic, and people need to urinate very quickly and very often, and they can lose kilograms in a day. So that's an extreme case, but that is very possible as well. Your body, if you get a full closure on that conflict and the kidneys fully open up again within hours, the fluid will be getting processed out of the body just as quick as the body can do that, which is a good thing, right? I mean, that'd be great to be peeing all those extra pounds down the pan. It'd be great. And if you want to do that, get in touch. I'll try and help the best I can. So I'll leave it at that, and if you're interested, get in touch. Doing free consultations, 20 minutes, half an hour, and we find out a little bit about you and your symptoms and your life, and if I think I can help you, I'll tell you, and if I think I can't help you, I'll tell you that as well. Be straightforward. So get in touch if it's an interest to you, and thanks for your time listening.